All right, we're recording. We're not going to do an intro. This is just for special people who give us a little bit of cash to support the show. So this is Robert and I, in the spirit of the Des Moines Menace, bringing together a team that included a bunch of ex-pros, a bunch of guys recently retired. They did win last night, as we're recording this, right, Robert? They won last night. Is that what I hear?
Yeah, on the back of two Sasha Kljestan penalties, they were able to beat Sporting Kansas City 2. So it
Sporting
was
Kansas City too.
future pros against the former pros, and the
Well,
former pros edged
hold
them
on.
out in.
That's a good question. Okay, right. So how many of the Sporting Kansas City 2 players are not on professional contracts? They're all pros in some regard. Here's their lineup, by the way. This is Des Moines Menace's lineup. Lucas Rosa, I think, is one of the few non-ringers. Matt Hedges, who, by the way, says he's not actually retired. He just doesn't have a contract right now. Ozzy Alonso, Victor Ulloa, who just retired last year, I think. Justin Miram, Benny Feilhaber, Dax McCarty just retired. Sasha Kljestan, the guy who was the architect last year, and now with Benny Feilhaber put this team together. AJ De La Garza, which stinks. I love AJ De La Garza as a player. I wish he was available for our team that we're putting together.
Mhm.
Bradley Wright Phillips and Enzo Carvalho. And I can't really see the bench there. Felipe Hernandez is on the bench. Felipe Hernandez is on the bench. I can barely see it. Mikey Ambrose. Mikey Ambrose is on
Yeah,
the bench.
yeah, low key on the bench right there. That's quite the athletic burst there.
Yeah.
Coming off the bench in the Open Cup.
So let's do this together. Let's you and I put together our attempt at this, because obviously some guys are off the board, right? All those guys are playing for Des Moines. We're not picking those guys. They're already under contract, so to speak. That would be tapping up, I guess, for our ringer U.S. Open Cup team. But what
And
do we think?
a couple of those, like you said, a couple of those are taken. I would have Justin Miram was on that Des Moines team. He's
Yeah.
like a local legend around here that would be an ideal pick, and has bounced around to some Open Cup teams in the last couple of years.
Yeah,
But
I
my
would have
first
liked to
pick,
have him. Yeah. Who's your first pick?
this is a fun one. I'm gonna go big. Number one, Didier Drogba.
Didier Drogba. Okay, so we will. You can see I already searched up Clint Dempsey. We could put Clint in our team, but
And our guest this week, talking Open Cup, Josh Hackela, did pick Clint. So
he did.
we
He
could
did.
give him a guest pick somewhere along the lines
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't think we have room for. Well, we'll talk about it. Maybe we can figure out a formation that can fit in Deuce to go with Didier Drogba. Look, anybody has any issues with the perceived fitness of these players, please let us know. But we're trying to be fairly recent, right? Drogba's not too far removed from his playing career. Can we go at the back? I think we might have some. Who's the goalkeeper that fits in this team? Who's he
It's not an
recently?
MLSer. One that comes to mind is the DCFC goalie that just retired, Nate Steinwasser, had quite a few incredible Open Cup moments. But I'll let you throw in a name there too.
I don't. I do, but that's the thing. I do not have. I cannot think of an MLS goalkeeper recently retired. Ah, man, did
With what you said earlier in the week about Guzan, maybe he should be in there.
Nick Raimondo too far removed? Maybe
Ooh.
too far removed. 2019. That's too far. I think we can't do Nick.
Is
right?
Mira?
That's an interesting one. I just thought about that. We can do Ryan Mira. Let's do Ryan Mira, who did have some moments as an Open Cup hero for the New York Red Bulls, I think.
I was going to say, is Mitch, in that vein, is Mitch Hildebrand still in the league?
I don't know if Mitch. I don't. Jeff Attinella also recently retired. That's a good one. Former Portland Timbers goalkeeper. Luis Robles. I think he retired 2020. It's been too long for Luis Robles. Been sitting at a desk too long. I don't think you can get him up and get him fit in time.
Robles would be fun. I
Yeah.
feel like he would be a good sport on like some high school field too.
Yeah. I think
Riling
he
up
would
the
be.
small crowd.
I think he would be nice. Okay, I think we're okay. I think I'm okay with Ryan Mira. Okay, I think I'm okay with Ryan. Maybe there's a slight upgrade, and we'll let the people respond here. But we have so much team left. We've got to keep moving. Now you had some center backs, and I think I threw one in the mix. Who are your center backs? And we may change the formation, but just right now it's a 3-back system.
We were playing with a few names, but the one that came to mind that seemed fun was Roman Torres.
Roman Torres. Now again, okay, I want to make sure that this is clear too. Now it says Atletico de San Luis. Roman Torres, you have verified that former Seattle Sounder Roman Torres has retired.
Yeah, in the FOTMob database, there's 3 different Roman Torreses, and the one that played for Seattle Sounders and went to the World Cup with Panama is retired. Or
Okay,
it
and
hasn't been on it doesn't list him as an attached team since 2021. So,
and since I can't pull up profiles here, I'm assuming that is the Atletico de San Luis, Roman Torres. Well, whatever. His name is Roman Torres in our team. That's all that matters. Now, okay, I said I think Steve Birnbaum deserves a look in this team. Just retired, I believe, last season. Steve Birnbaum, longtime captain of DC United. So I'm throwing Steve Birnbaum into my team, into our team. This is the combined, and then maybe we need to come up with a name here. We can obviously we're going to have to go find a team that's entered into the U.S. Open Cup. Otherwise, what's the point of all this? But this is the MK Ultras Open Cup entry, right? Okay. Let's see. What else we got for center backs? Or you can move on. Maybe it doesn't matter here.
well, a name we can debate on the position because he played a couple, but I think he'd be a really fun addition and really good sport would be Jeff Larentowicz.
Okay. How long has it been since Jeff Larentowicz played?
It's been a couple of years. I think he might have retired just in and around COVID, but I can double check on that. But I feel like he would be a guy that would remain fit. Like I don't think he doesn't seem like someone that would slack off.
Now, here's an argument for going to a 4-back system. Giorgio Chiellini retired 2 years ago. Now, I will leave it up to you to decide if Giorgio Chiellini is actually match fit, Robert. That's the big question.
Well, he's been professional for up until more recently than a lot of these guys, but I don't know if he's been fit to make. I mean, when's the last time we played a full 90-minute match? It's been quite some time.
Yeah, maybe we can make Giorgio Chiellini a bench player for now. I don't have an option to put a bench in here, but let's just for a moment put Chiellini to the side. We can run with this 3-back system. Now we need wing backs, so we got to find those guys. I do have a couple of thoughts on that. Do you have anybody you want to throw out, or is it my turn to name
Why don't you
somebody?
do the next one?
Okay, so I really love the career of Steven Bedichor, who won, I think, cups with a couple of different teams while he was in Major League Soccer. He's 38. He last played in 2023 for the Rapids. So I'm going to put Steven Bedichor, who is a right-sided player. So I think I'm going to have to be accurate here. I don't want to just like cheat and maybe throw him in on the left side because I know that might be a tougher spot to fill than the right side. But Steven Bedichor, any concerns with Steven Bedichor?
None whatsoever. I think that's a good shout.
Okay, all right. You want to throw out a name? Who you got? Give me somebody.
Let's add another fun one to the mix. Let's put in Jermaine Jones.
Jermaine Jones. Wow. Okay. Now we are keeping this to guys who have played in Major League Soccer, right? That's our general vibe here. Okay. So Jermaine Jones,
he single-handedly improved the outlook for 2 different Major League Soccer teams.
Yes. Okay. I think that is a fair statement. All right. Other midfielders. Do we have? I might need to rely on you here because
he is an upper statesman. You can kind of arm wrestle me on this one, but he was just so smooth, and he played until somewhat recently. Ignacio Piatti. Now
he's an attacking player. Nacho Piatti. You're gonna have to tell me, how old is Nacho Piatti?
He just turned 40 in February.
Ooh, I think we're pushing the upper limits here.
All right. I'll take the pushback, but he was just so smooth. And I almost went into this with players that I would like to see play again that just recently ended it. But
no, that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to put him in the team only because I'm not sure we've got a lot. Now, okay, how about you're going to throw Nacho Piatti out there? Can I suggest that maybe Diego Valeri is a better choice than Nacho Piatti? Diego Valeri is a couple years younger. Last played in 2023. That was his last season with the Timbers. Well, he may have retired officially with the Timbers, but I don't know if he played that year. So the problem is, unless Jones is playing as our holder here, and I'm not sure I trust him positionally to do so, it's tough to have Piatti and Valeri in our team. A couple of Argentine maestros like that. That's kind of tough. But okay, for the moment, maybe we put Diego Valeri in here.
Is he more responsible? You think?
Well, Valeri and Piatti are attacking players, so we need some balance here. Who's playing as the holding midfielder in this team? That's what I need to know.
I think that you called this out before we started recording, just conversationally. I think the natural answer is one Michael Bradley.
Oh, Michael Bradley playing as a holder. Okay, all right. So does that mean I'm dropping Piatti or Valeri? Do we have a
Rock,
vote?
rock paper scissors for. I mean, it's 1 versus 1 here. We can't go to the chat.
No, no, we can't. We can't take it. We can't take a impromptu poll. And we have limited time. You and I have a meeting in about 10 minutes, so we're gonna have to figure this out.
So you're claiming the age thing. So maybe if we're sticking closer to the recently retired, we put Bradley in over Piatti. It hurts me to do that, but
Okay,
I'll take
all
your
right.
I'll take your ageist approach to this.
Oh, okay. It's an ageist approach to say that maybe 40-year-old Ignacio Piatti is a not as good of a choice as Michael Bradley or as Diego Valeri. Like, seriously, that's what
Hey,
you're okay.
I'll stand
You
up
see,
for the 40-year-olds. We get at least 15 good minutes in us, and maybe he can rack up the score so much in
now
that 15 minutes that it doesn't matter.
here is a point in your column. In the history of the U.S. men's national team, Michael Bradley and Jermaine Jones playing together did not always work. So that is a thing.
Fair.
That is a thing.
But
Okay,
I guess if one is, yeah.
Okay, but we are
I
now.
just had
We're now.
actually, I gotta say, I just had a nightmare of Michael Bradley dropping in between our center backs and just like slowing everything down. And
Oh, come
I got
on!
a
He's a
little
he's a great distributor of the ball from that position. Let's not besmirch the name of Michael. I know he got a bad reputation because of what happened in Cuba, but man, that is tough.
I shuddered. I
to
just
say.
shuddered for a moment there thinking about that. But another name I thought kind of in lines with Sasha and those other guys who joined the Des Moines Menace, kind of being freshly retired and new to television. I'll throw in Mike Grella.
Mike Grella, where's Mike Grella playing in this team? He's playing as we're gonna make him a wingback.
Left. I was gonna say put him on that left side.
Okay, well, if we switch this to a 4-back system, we have 3 center backs on the field right now. Although Lorenowitz can play in the midfield, and maybe if you're playing, tough to get Valeri could go up top alongside Drogba, but now we don't have Clint Dempsey in our team. If we think Clint Dempsey,
Okay, so is Clint Dempsey still Open Cup suspended from his red card back in the day?
that's a good question. I don't think so. I think that has expired, but. This is a Christmas tree. I don't know that this would necessarily work tactically, but we could play a Christmas tree.
That definitely makes my head hurt.
Does it? Does it?
I mean, that's like when I had an 8-year-old team. It's kind of what it looked like.
Yeah. So I do believe he's technically still active, which is a little bit disappointing because I would love to put him in our team. I believe Kamar Lawrence is playing in Westchester, New York at this point in his career.
He's doing it for the love. He's doing it for the love. He can't give it up.
He does seem to be doing it for the love, Kamar Lawrence. Man, I really wish he was retired because I don't know if we have I told you we were going to have a problem with left back, and I think we do. I think we have an issue at left back. This is a Christmas tree. Maybe this isn't tactically sound. Maybe it needs to be, I don't know, something like this, where we drop Lorenowitz down here, we play Bradley here, Dempsey can go out on the right side, Drogba can play up top, and now we just still need a left back.
And we still need a left back. Bornstein?
I did. Johnny Bornstein is 40 years old, and I'm wondering if that's just a bridge too far. I already argued against one 40-year-old. Can I argue against another one? Or should we just say, whatever, he's in, let's go? I can't think of another recently retired.
Is there just
MLS
like a
left-back.
left-sided attacker that could just be fun we just throw out there to just run around like a maniac down the left-hand side?
Yeah,
I mean, Kamar Lawrence, I don't think anyone's going to hang with him at the Open Cup. I mean, in his pomp, I mean, no one really hung with him.
Well,
so
MLS I guess
MLS level.
Is Westchester technically an amateur side? So he would qualify under the amateur statute because that's what this is, right? These guys are retired, therefore they just have to sign paperwork to say, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm an amateur. I can play for this amateur team like Des Moines Menace. That's what this is all about. So if he's playing for Westchester SC, it does say professional on Wikipedia. Okay, I'm sorry. They're set to begin play this season. Are they playing right now in USL League One? Is that what's happening right now with Westchester SC? we're supposed to be up on our USL, Robert. We've been covering this this story of
There's
what's
a lot
going on now.
I was just going to say we're bombarded with news. So
They have played one game, Westchester SC. Kamar Lawrence still getting paid, whatever that might be, to play professional soccer.
well
Their first ever match, they looks like they drew with the Greenfield Triumph. Is that right? I got this? No, I'm sorry. And they actually just beat Motown or FC Motown in the Open Cup. That happened on Tuesday. Westchester beat Motown, FC Motown in the Open Cup. Kamar Lawrence started that game, so he is not eligible because he's still a pro. He's still active. We have 2 minutes to figure this out, Rob. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Can we do it? Do we want to leave this open and see if the people have a left back for us?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so this is going into the Ko-Fi, or at least to start off with, it's going into our Ko-Fi to the people that are supporting with financial contributions. So, how about in the comments, fill in our left back?
Yeah, help us out because we're up against the deadline.
Or maybe another defensive mid, and we'll make it a 3-back system. But in the comments, guys, MK Ultras, find us our 11th player for our recent retiree 11. And don't forget that Des Moines did this because summer amateur teams, literally don't have any players available of their regular season squad at this time of the year here in March.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is. I did see a little bit of a debate over on Blue Sky. People saying, "Hey, this isn't the spirit of the Open Cup. They shouldn't be allowed to do this." Maybe we have that debate at some point. Maybe that's what happens. All right, we have a meeting in like 1 minute, so we're going to tie this up. Thank you for watching this special bonus episode of Morning Kickaround. Rate our team. Could our team beat the Des Moines Menace? That's what I need to know. I want people to know to give us that thought as well. But are we done? You're good?
Yeah. Our ragtag group is almost complete. MK Ultras do the rest. And then until next time, everybody enjoy your soccer.